Not every tackle happens on the field. Some of the most devastating hits to NFL players come from their own homes. From wives draining bank accounts to girlfriends pulling off grand thefts, these shocking stories will show how love and loyalty can turn into lies and larceny faster than a blown lead. Here's a closer look at the wags who didn't just stand on the sidelines, they made off with the spoils. Nina Thomas has been embroiled in a significant legal battle accused of orchestrating a theft scheme against her ex-husband, former NFL star Earl Thomas. The accusations stem from a series of financial manipulations that began shortly after their divorce proceedings in 2020, leading to Nina allegedly stealing over $2.7 million from Earl. This theft is not just a story of betrayal, but involves complex financial deceit, including wire fraud, money laundering, and identity theft. The scheme reportedly started in September 2021, right after the couple's tumultuous separation, which had already been marked by public incidents, including Nina holding Earl at gunpoint upon discovering his infidelity. Post-divorce, Nina Thomas, alongside an unnamed accomplice, began siphoning funds from Earl's bank accounts. The methods used were sophisticated, involving direct transfers from his accounts into theirs, demonstrating a premeditated approach to defrauding. The misappropriated funds were not just pocketed, they were spent on luxury items, underscoring the audacity of the theft. Among the purchases were notably expensive items like breast implants and a Hermes Birkin bag, which together paint a picture of how the stolen money was lavishly spent rather than hidden away. This detail alone highlights the extent of the financial damage inflicted on Earl Thomas. Court documents and subsequent legal actions reveal the charges against Nina Thomas, which include conspiracy to commit wire fraud money laundering, and aggravated identity theft.
Drop it! Both of you get on the ground! Do it now!
Nina was arrested on December 16, 2024 for these crimes, but she was later released, adding layers of complexity to the ongoing legal proceedings. This case of theft is not an isolated incident in the context of Earl Thomas's life post-NFL. In 2023, Nina's then-boyfriend Kevin J. Thompson was also arrested for identity theft related to Earl, in a scam that defrauded him of $1.9 million. Thompson reportedly used Earl's identity to cash NFL checks, steal from his bank accounts, and transfer ownership of vehicles. This previous incident suggested a pattern where individuals close to Nina have engaged in fraudulent activities against Earl Thomas. The legal battle has been widely covered by various media outlets, with sources like TMZ Sports and The Washington Times providing detailed accounts of the theft and its ramifications. The narrative around this theft not only highlights the personal betrayal, but also serves as a cautionary tale about the vulnerabilities of public figures in managing their finances, especially during and after high-profile divorces.
And I came and he took one of my phones and he slapped me.
Alyssa Enis, known primarily for her tumultuous relationship with former NFL linebacker Ruben Foster, has been embroiled in allegations of theft. The case involving Alyssa Enis and theft stems from an incident in 2018 which unfolded alongside a series of domestic violence and legal issues involving her and Foster. In May 2018, during a preliminary hearing for domestic violence charges against Foster, Alyssa Enis testified that she had not only lied about the abuse, but also admitted to stealing from him. Enis confessed to the court that she had taken Foster's possessions, including jewelry and money, following his arrest on February 11, 2018. Specifically, she admitted to stealing more than $8,000 in cash and 2 Rolex watches from Foster, which she had placed in a safe deposit box in Louisiana after she fled there post-arrest. This theft was part of what Enis described as a money scheme she concocted to extort Foster, motivated by anger over their breakup. She explicitly stated in court, "I wanted to ruin his career," indicated her actions were driven by revenge. This revelation came when Enis was testifying in a case where she initially claimed Foster had physically assaulted her, dragging her by her hair, throwing her out of their home, and punching her in the head multiple times, leading to a ruptured eardrum. However, she recanted these allegations during the hearing, admitting they were fabricated. Her confession to the theft was part of this recantation, where she explained that the injuries she presented to the police were actually from a fight with 2 women the night before, not from Foster. The legal implications of Enis's admission were significant. By confessing to theft and lying under oath, she potentially faced charges of perjury and felony theft, However, there's no clear public record indicating whether she faced legal repercussions specifically for the theft beyond the domestic violence case. The judge in Foster's case, Nona L. Klippen, dismissed the domestic violence charges against Foster based on Enis's recanted testimony, focusing instead on Foster's weapons charge, to which he pleaded no contest and received probation. This incident with Enis adds a layer of complexity to her relationship with Foster, which was already fraught with public scrutiny due to multiple domestic violence allegations, one of which took place in a Tampa hotel where Foster was staying with the San Francisco 49ers. Her actions and subsequent admissions in court painted a picture of a relationship marked by manipulation, deceit, and personal vendettas.
Throwing, he's got Freddie Lane, 45-yard line. Look at Lane go. 15-10, touchdown, Georgia.
Dedra Lane, the widow of former Carolina Panthers running back Fred Lane, became central to a significant financial scandal involving bank theft, which later intertwined with the tragic murder of her husband, revealing a web of deceit and criminal intent. In 1998, before the murder, Dedra, with the help of her friend Natasha Watson, who was employed as a teller at Wachovia Bank, executed a meticulously planned theft. They staged a robbery where Watson handed over $41,200 to Dedra after receiving a note that read, "Give me all your money, don't say anything, hurry," simulating an armed threat. This act of theft was executed with such precision that it initially went unnoticed as anything other than a typical bank heist. The theft remained a secret until after Fred Lane's murder in 2000, when federal investigators looking into the case suspected financial motives behind the killing. It was speculated that one reason for the murder might have been to silence Fred, preventing him from reporting Dedra's involvement in the bank theft. Court documents later corroborated these suspicions, leading to Dedra being charged with bank larceny alongside the murder charges. During her legal proceedings, Dedra Lane pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit bank larceny. This confession came amidst more severe charges related to Fred's murder, for which she was eventually convicted of voluntary manslaughter rather than the initially charged first-degree murder. The theft charge was pivotal as it shed light on her character and potential motives, suggesting she was willing to engage in criminal activities for financial gain. For the bank theft, Dedra was sentenced to 4 months, which she had already served while awaiting trial, hence not adding to her time behind bars for the manslaughter conviction. However, this aspect of her legal battle highlighted the extent of her criminal involvement beyond the murder. The revelation of the theft significantly altered the perception of the case. It wasn't merely about a domestic dispute that escalated to murder. There was a clear financial motive indicating premeditation and planning. This detail was crucial in the prosecution's narrative, suggesting Dedra killed to cover up her crimes and possibly to benefit from Fred's $5 million life insurance policy, although she was ultimately convicted on the lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter.
NFL star Le'Veon Bell, you remember he had over $500,000 worth of jewelry, money, clothes taken from his Florida home.
In May 2019, NFL running back Le'Veon Bell found himself at the center of a high-profile theft case involving 2 women he described as his girlfriends. This incident unfolded in Hollywood, Florida, where Bell was residing during the NFL offseason to focus on personal training. On May 25, 2019, Bell returned from his workout to discover that his home had been ransacked, and he was missing over $520,000 worth of jewelry. The theft included several high-value items: 2 gold Cuban link chains with diamonds, a gold chain featuring a Black Panther pendant adorned with black and white diamonds, a rose gold Rolex presidential watch, and a 2-tone rose gold and white gold Cuban link bracelet. Additionally, $22,600 in cash was reported stolen, bringing the total estimated value of the theft to around $547,600. The police report detailed that Bell's closet was in disarray, with his blue jewelry case left open and empty, indicating a clear and deliberate act of theft. Bell immediately reported the theft to the Hollywood Police Department. He recounted to the authorities that he had left the 2 women, who he identified as his girlfriends, at his home while he went to the gym for his routine workout. Upon his return, not only were the women gone, but so was his extensive collection of jewelry. The 911 call Bell made was later publicized, where he described the women's last known state as being naked in his bed before he left for his workout, adding a sensational twist to the incident. His candid admission about not being able to describe what they were wearing due to their state at the time of his departure was widely reported by media outlets like TMZ and NJ.com. The public and media response to this theft was a mix of shock, humor, and criticism. Some commentators, like former NFL player Bart Scott, ridiculed Bell for what was considered a rookie mistake in leaving such valuables unattended with people he wasn't fully acquainted with. Bell, however, was more focused on the loss and the betrayal. He later revealed that while the items were not recovered, he had insurance on them, and everything got handled, implying some form of financial recovery or settlement through his insurance policy. Despite the media frenzy, details about the two women remained sparse as they were not publicly identified by the police. Love, trust, and diamonds. All of them can vanish faster than a 40-yard dash when money is in play. These stories remind us that the biggest dangers aren't always on the field, but right at home, where the real games begin and the stakes are far more personal.